Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just coming back at you for another video about my Sunday high C 29-inch BMX. Just wanted to go over a couple of things that I've done to the bike since I've picked it up. We got a Cinema Reel 28 tooth CNC'd guard sprocket here. We got some new pedals. Got the kink spindle pedals, so there's no bearings inside there, just rebuildable spindles. Got a water bottle holder. Got rid of the quick release, Sunday quick release, and put on a animal chromoly seat post clamp. Got a new seat here. Got the new Harrow Chevron seat. It's definitely a lot more comfortable than the one that came on it. And the one that, like I said in the last video, the one that was supposed to come on the bike was supposed to be Sunday or an Odyssey Mexican blanket seat. However, I got the Mike Aiken rail seat here instead, so wanted a little more cushier seat, so we picked up this Harrow. This Harrow was like 20 bucks, shipped directly from Harrow. Pretty good price for a rail seat. The animal chromoly seat post clamp, 10 bucks. The guard sprocket here, the Cinema guard sprocket, that was $65. I got it from a local shop. Actually got all these parts from a local shop except for the seat. The pedals I got from the shop. The GT cheat code handlebars I got from a shop in the local area here. So I guess I go over some of the reasons as to why I did what I did. The seat post clamp, the Sunday quick release seat post clamp, has been giving me nothing but trouble. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong. It's pretty finicky. I had to keep adjusting it. Maybe it's just my weight or whatnot, but the seat kept just dropping down. I'd have to, pull over to the side of the road and readjust the seat. And I was getting real tired of doing that, and it seemed like no matter how, trying to find the sweet spot, it was either I felt way too tight or, just where I thought I had it just right. It'd last for about a day or so, and then next thing I know, I'd be riding and just slip right down. So I got real tired of that, so that's why I picked up the animal chromoly one there. We changed up that sprocket because here was the stamped 6061 Sunday Sabertooth 27 tooth sprocket. Not a bad sprocket. I actually like the gearing of the 27 in the front here and the 13 tooth Odyssey freewheel in the back. The gearing was really good. It's a little harder now, just even going up one tooth. I left the 13 tooth in the back, went up only one tooth in the front. I can definitely feel the difference. I mean, it's definitely a little harder to pedal. But what I like about switching that sprocket up was it really got rid of the tight spots in the chain. It's really well done now. I mean, the chain's got a really good amount of tension no matter where it's at. I think just because this is CNC'd, it's more perfectly round. I mean, yeah, there's probably slight imperfections yet, but not like the one that came on it. So anyway, there's nothing wrong with the bike the way it comes. I mean, you can buy it, ride it just fine. However, it's just some of the stuff that I did to suit my liking or whatnot. Also, the one thing I will say was that I switched up the bearings inside here in the bottom bracket. I popped them out, put in the Odyssey bearing kit here. It's got the aluminum dust cap cover. When I popped it out, it was completely bone dry. There was no grease in there whatsoever. So I was a little surprised at that. So I ended up putting some grease in there, greased it up really well, put the new bearings in, you know, slapped it back together. The reason I did that was because I was getting like this minor clicking sound or a little ticking sound when I pedal. And I thought for sure once I pulled that apart and found the lack of grease that that was definitely the issue. However, after putting that in, those bearings in and putting grease in and everything like that, the noise is still there. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on. The only thing I could think of is maybe just the compression between the spacer in between the bearings maybe, or the only other thing I could think of is that noise is coming from the freewheel, but it's not like a normal freewheel noise. So not sure, but I know that that's all been greased up. The pedals don't have any bearings in them, so I know it's not that. The seat post clamp is all nice and tight. The rails are nice and tight for the seat. I just put that on today. And it doesn't do it when you're just coasting. So it's only when you're pedaling that you get that little noise. So it's not a big deal. It's pretty minor, but it'd be nice if it was nice and quiet. So anyway, so that's a few things that I've done. But I really like the fact that also by changing that sprocket, I really pulled that tucked up that back wheel towards the frame. There's probably about, I don't know, maybe about a ½ inch between the wheel and the frame. So it really pulled that together really nice just by upgrading the sprocket by 1 tooth. So yeah, I was really kind of happy about that. Yeah, we got the Odyssey pegs on here. So that's pretty much what I've done to the bike so far. Got the GT cheat code handlebars on there. So that's everything that I've upgraded. The handlebars, the sprockets, the pedals, the bottom bracket bearings. And put a water bottle holder on there. The clamp, and the seats. So. And the pegs, but yeah, I really like that sprocket. It's pretty sweet. 7075 aluminum. Man, we got a ton of mosquitoes out here. It's a bummer, but anyway. So here's some of the old parts. So this is what we got. We got the seat, the Fairdale handlebars, the Odyssey pedals, the sprocket, the quick release, and the old bearings that were inside. This was the spacer that came with the Odyssey kit. I didn't put this in. I left a thicker plastic one inside. I thought maybe plastic would be a little more silent. It was a strong plastic, so it was a little thicker too. This is pretty thin, so I thought that thickness would actually help with getting up on those bearings pretty well. And the sprocket here, though, we got a free wheel that I got from the local shop. The guy just kind of tossed it in and he said, here, you can, no charge for that. So it was used, but everything seems to be functional on it, no problem. Need to clean it up a little bit. This is right, it looks like it's from 1998, but 15 tooth. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Chromoly. One of these days I'll get around to putting that on and see how the gearing works then, but that'll be a 1528. Bring it down about, I think around a 55 gearing. Yeah, here's the instructions for the pedals, the spindle pedals, which is pretty sweet. Don't gotta worry about bearings, they're rebuildable. So far, everything I've done with these were 35 bucks. The seat was 20 bucks. The sprocket was 65, and the bearing kit was like 20 something. Handlebars were 40. The one thing I would like to do to it, not that it needs it, but there's a really cool S&M polished silver stem at the bike shop. It's like $65–70. So I'm gonna wait on that for a bit. That might be my next upgrade, just because I like to get the polished there, you know, the sprocket, and you know, put a little more shiny silver on this bike. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so far with the bike, everything's really cool. Putting that new sprocket on there really helped with the tight spots on the chain. I'd pedal it for you guys to show you that, but it's sitting up on a block of wood and it'll fall over. So, but yeah, you can just see it's that way all the way around every time you rotate it. So, yeah, overall it's been a sweet bike. I've been enjoying it. Happy that I got that seat on there. Happy that it won't slide down on me anymore. Don't got to worry about bearings in the pedals. A little faster now with that extra tooth. Plus, it just looks pretty sweet. Yep, it's a pretty nice sprocket. Chain is stock. I didn't have to do anything to the chain. You know, put that just by going up one tooth. Fit no problem. It tucked it up a lot tighter than it was before. Before there was probably maybe about an inch gap between there. Maybe, yeah, I'd say probably about an inch. Now we're about a half inch, so that's pretty awesome. Tires are still stock. Maxxis Torch tires. Before, if you missed the other video, you know, this was the purple colorway to the raw fade. Sounds like somebody started a motorcycle nearby. So yeah, but everything's been pretty sweet so far. Hopefully I'll get some videos for you soon. You know, about doing some wheelies here, but got Gumby along for the ride. He kind of tucks in there. He fits in that little section and he's not going anywhere, so kind of funny. But yeah, so that's what we got. If anybody has any idea what that clicking noise can be from, the only things, you know, that I could think of is the compression between the bearings and the spacer, or, you know, at this point with everything I've done, I'm running out of ideas. It doesn't do it when you coast, only when you pedal. I think it's just the way it's going to be. Either the, you know, it's either the compression between the bearings and the spacer, or possibly the freewheel. But everything is tuned up pretty well. Everything's tight. The seat post is tight. The rails are tight. Your handlebars, cranks, the spindle bolts, whatever you call those things. Everything's nice and tight on it. So chain's got good tension. So I'm not entirely sure what that noise is, but it's the only things I can think of. So if anybody's got any ideas as to what's causing that sound, that'd be great. Throw it in the comments. It would help me out because I'm kind of getting annoyed of it. But anyways, hope you guys have a great night. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.